If you're the parent of an autistic or ADHD child and you're struggling today, I can absolutely relate. This is the first day back at school in the UK anyway, for a lot of schools, and it's not just the first day back after school holidays, it's often the first day back after the weekend. So every week our children are having to try and regulate again. There's that transition from home into school. There is the feeling that the anxiety, especially if they feel anxious around school, like my daughter does, it is extremely hard for them to regulate. And it's quite often that as we're coming to the end of school holidays, they will not be sleeping well. I see this pattern without fail every time from the school holidays. So if your child, like my daughter, struggles with Emotional Based School Avoidance, she wants to be able to go into school, but she struggles with it so much. I just joke to the receptionist at school, I spend so much time in this school that I may as well work here, because it's true. I'm in there so often. So I've noticed this week, my daughter has been, she doesn't go to sleep easily anyway, but she's been really struggling, like waking up in the night. She's been panicking in the night, especially last night. She was really, really worked up before bed. I notice it every time. Every school holidays, in that week when school is coming up, when school's approaching, the panic, the struggle. Now, in case you're wondering why am I putting my daughter through that? She wants to go to school. We are on the verge of home educating. I'm on the verge of home educating her because I know that it would be better for her mental health, but she wants to give it another go at school. So I'm giving her that chance. But this is kind of, we're trying to put some things in place in school to make it even easier. She's already got a slightly late start. She can leave a little bit earlier. This is just mainly to avoid the crowds, like when all the other children are going in, that would be too overwhelming. But we're trying to put a few other things in place in school before I make the decision to home educate. I would be happy to home educate her. She's just wanted to give it a go in school and another go. Now, I just want to add, my daughter's school is actually really supportive, and as far as mainstream schools go, I believe it's got a lot of support in place for SEN children, and so it's not in any way about the school. It's just, even with all that support, she is struggling so much. And when I see her at home, when she's relaxed, she just wants to learn anyway. She's so inquisitive, she's naturally intelligent, and she wants to learn. And she does that naturally at home. But when she's so anxious and on edge about school, it makes me wonder, what can she possibly be learning when she's in that environment? And I have seen developments in her confidence, which is brilliant. So that is another thing that's keeping me hanging on with school for a little bit longer. Now, considering it's just taken me about an hour to get, this is sitting in the car outside school and inside school to get her into the quieter classroom that she's in, I'm actually seem quite calm today. But the amount of times I have come home and cried my eyes out about it, the amount of times I have got upset in school about it, and because I've been in that school pretty much every day it just feels like forever. She's been struggling for 5 years, so the end of primary school and the beginning of high school. I spent so much time in her primary school trying to get her in, same with high school, and it's just, if you are dealing with this as well, I completely get it, and you are not alone with this. As someone who is autistic myself, and I also have ADHD, I completely understand my daughter's feelings about school. I hated school, primary school and high school. I hated it. I struggled a lot, but I did keep it in. I was undiagnosed anyway, no one knew, but also the way my home life was, there was a lot of chaos, and I didn't have the security from my parents that my daughter has from me. So I kept everything inside, but I get how she feels. I get the rejection sensitivity that she experiences. I get all of it and how she feels about school. I've developed so much patience with regards to this whole school situation, because I get how she feels, I get it, and I want the absolute best for her. And even though I personally think that the best for her is home education, I am also taking on board what she wants. Of course, I want to give her that chance in school. If it doesn't work out this year, if it doesn't work out in the next few months, I'm going to have to make that decision to home educate, because I know that will benefit her mental health. But for now, I'm giving her one last chance in school to see what we can put in place and if we can make it work. So if you're the parent of an autistic or ADHD child who is struggling with school, please know, or any child who's struggling with school, please know you are not alone. There are so many of us going through this, and it's important to talk about it. I just felt like the right time to do this video. I've noticed a pattern every time: the disruption in sleep, the disruption in mood as school is approaching. It happens for my daughter. She struggles going back on a Monday after a weekend. It's that transition going from home to school, and the anxiety surrounding school impacts her daily life. If you've enjoyed this video, please check out my other videos about parenting, ADHD, autism, ADHD, right to choose, and assessments and things like that. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you soon. Bye.